Namaste and welcome to Sattvayan. We are walking step by step through the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Earlier, Sage Patanjali told us that the mind is always moving, filled with different kinds of activities called vrittis. These are the patterns of thought that shape how we experience the world. In today's sutra, Sutra 1.7, Sage Patanjali explains how we know whether a thought is true or not. He says, Pratyakṣa Anumāna Āgamaha pramāṇāni. This means there are three ways of gaining right knowledge or pramāṇa. First, direct perception called Pratyakṣa. Second, reasoning called Anumāna. Third one is learning from a trusted source called Āgama. To understand this, let us once again step into the battlefield of Kurukshetra, into the heart of Arjuna. Arjuna looks across the battlefield and his eyes do not lie. He sees his lifelong friends standing against him. He sees the elders who once held him as a child, the very people on whose laps he sat with innocence. His heart trembles at the thought of rising weapons against them. The pain of that moment is real, direct. This is the first knowledge, the first kind of knowledge what we understand through our own clear perception, called Pratyakṣa. Then Arjuna's mind begins to imagine what will happen next. He thinks, if I fight, these warriors will fall, families will be destroyed, traditions will fade, ancestors will be dishonored. None of this has happened yet, but from what he sees now, he reasons out what might come next. His mind builds a chain of possibilities. This is the second kind of knowledge, the knowledge we gain through inference and thinking, Anumāna. And then comes the third kind. This is when Lord Krishna speaks. Krishna reminds Arjuna of his higher duty, of dharma, and of the eternal soul that can never be destroyed. This understanding is not something Arjuna can see with his eyes or figure out through thinking. This comes from someone he deeply trusts, someone who knows the truth more clearly than he does. This is the knowledge that comes from a reliable guide, a guru, a scripture, or a trustworthy testimony. This is Āgama. So, in Arjuna's crisis, all three kinds of knowledge are present. What he directly sees, what he reasons out, and what he learns from Krishna. And just like Arjuna, we too face moments when our mind becomes clouded, when emotions rise, when fears take over, and when memories pulls us in different directions. In such moments, yoga invites us to pause and gently check within ourselves. What am I actually seeing right now? What is my mind assuming or imagining? Whose wisdom can I turn to so that I don't feel alone in this? This simple check can completely change how we respond to challenges. You can try a small activity today. Think of one situation in your life that is troubling you and slowly break it down. What are the clear facts in front of you? What are the fear or stories your mind is creating? And who and what can guide you toward the truth? A mentor, a scripture, or even a past experience that taught you something important. When we do this, life becomes lighter. Yogic practices like slow breathing, meditation, or even few minutes of sitting quietly helps us see things as they truly are. They create a space between the situation and our reaction. So we don't get swept away by emotion, but can act with steadiness and clarity. That's all about today's teaching from Yoga Sutra 1.7. Thank you for joining me in exploring the wisdom of Arjuna and the message of yoga. I am Arpita and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, stay mindful, stay curious, and trust both what you see and the wisdom that guides you from within. Namaste.